Five Nights at Freddy's. You all should be familiar with it by now. If you aren't, go watch MatPat's theories. Now, as I have been watching theory videos on FNAF, there's one character that I haven't seen many videos on, and that got my creative juices flowing. So it's finally my turn to dip my feet into the metaphorical potato salad that is Five Nights at Freddy's theory videos. Joining the ranks of other FNAF theorists such as MatPat, John FNAF, and ID's Fantasy. It's okay, MatPat. You can rest now. We got this. So, we're talking about Old Man Consequences today. Now, I think I know who he truly is, and you, dear viewers, will never believe the conclusion I came to. For those who may not know, or who need a refresher, Old Man Consequences is a character in FNAF world. You see, the game takes place in a video game sub-reality that can affect the real world within the FNAF canon. By diving 3 layers deep in the code, you find him just sitting by a lake, fishing and vibing. Now he warns you about being trapped, thus dealing with the consequences of your actions. Now, FNAF World is that cutesy game that Scott Cawthon ultimately decided to take down, thus making it non-canon. Or is it? Old Man Consequences makes a reappearance in Ultimate Custom Night, and appears to speak directly to Cassidy, the vengeful spirit holding William Afton accountable for his crimes, thus dealing with the consequences of his actions. There's more from FNAF World that is canon again, though. Let me bring your attention to the arcade games within Security Breach. Princess Quest 1, 2, and 3. Now at first, it seems like it's just a harmless set of 3 arcade games made to drop some more lore, However, if they are just arcade games, then why do you have to beat the first game in order to play the second, and beat the second in order to play the third? Seems to me like the video game sub-reality from FNAF World is actually canon again, present in the game, and to my knowledge, nobody has talked about. Let's be real here. It's weird that you can't play the other completely separate arcade games in the group of 3 until you finish the one that comes before that. Well, this all got me thinking. If Old Man Consequences is important enough to make canon again, then who is he really? His design makes him look like an alligator or a crocodile, but the only animatronic to link to him would be Monty Gator, who was not a thing at the time of Ultimate Custom Night. Thus, Old Man Consequences has to be linked to something or someone else. Also, how did he get in the video game sub-reality in the first place? Was he always there, or did his soul get trapped in it? We already know that if you die to an animatronic in the FNAF universe, your soul goes on to possess said animatronic. But what about the sub-reality? Does dying while playing one of the arcade games allow your soul to enter the sub-reality? That makes the most sense to me and allows us to feasibly connect him to any character in the franchise. Then, I took a look at his design, and everything clicked. Let me set the scene. A guard at Freddy's spends 5 nights surviving against the animatronics, until a different time slot opens up and he takes the shift without hesitation. Anything to avoid being trapped overnight alone again, even if he'd have to deal with a birthday party. The new hire would have to cover that shift, the poor sucker. During his other day shifts, he would play the arcade games on his lunch break. It was something he loved to do, and he was quite good. Finally clocking out for lunch, he makes his way over to the arcade games. Letting his guard down, he became deeply invested in the game he was playing. So invested that he didn't realize the animatronic, the Mangle, sneaking up behind him, recognizing him from the previous nights. Just as the guard was about to beat the game, he saw a shadow looming above him, and then, with his hands still on the game, his soul transfers to the video game sub-reality, and his now lifeless body hits the floor. His name? Jeremy Fitzgerald. The year? 1987.
Was that the bite of 87?
As his soul traverses through the video game sub-reality, he finds pockets to different layers in the code. Exploring his new forever home, Jeremy gets trapped by a lake. As the years dredge on, he eventually decides to go by a new name, Old Man Consequences, as a constant reminder of the consequences of his actions, the consequences of going 3 layers deep in the code, the consequences of working for Fazbear Entertainment. Old Man Consequences isn't an alligator or a crocodile. He is a man missing his frontal lobe. And before you say anything about, oh, the phone guy confirmed the bite victim survived, let's be real here. Fazbear Entertainment is a shady company. They have no regard for the safety of their employees or their customers. They hire a night guard to watch the buildings, knowing the animatronics free roam and will literally kill the guard if they're caught. We know this based on the gameplay. They are okay with tampering with a crime scene, as stated in the Night 1 phone call from FNAF 1. Quote, upon discovery of damage or if death has occurred, a missing persons report will be filed within 90 days or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced. In the phone guy tape on Night 4 of FNAF 3, he says, quote, after learning of an unfortunate incident at the sister location involving multiple and simultaneous spring lock failures, the company has deemed the suits temporarily unfit for employees. That implies that Fazbear Entertainment actively knew of the dangers of the suits and still decided to use them. Fazbear Entertainment also shirks on basic safety precautions based on how we can just ignore all that in Pizzeria Simulator. Man, if an ocean inspector walked into a Freddy's Pizzeria, they'd have a heart attack on the spot. Maybe I can make a video on that. Alright, so Fazbear Entertainment clearly only cares about the money. So let me ask you a question. Do you really think Fazbear Entertainment would be honest with their employees? Something tells me they just told all their employees, oh yeah, that guy, James? Jeremy, yeah, he definitely survived. Don't worry, now get back to work. We don't pay you to ask questions. I'm just saying, if they were honest with their employees, that would open the door to, I don't know, legal fines, mass amounts of employees quitting on the spot, the potential of somebody blackmailing them with that information, a whole bunch of stuff like that a shady business would definitely want to avoid at all costs. So there you have it. I think Old Man Consequences is actually the spirit of Jeremy Fitzgerald trapped in the video game sub-reality from FNAF World. That's why he's important enough to bring back in Ultimate Custom Night. He may have known William, who knows? But thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.